Adani calls it Soros conspiracy. Congress big guns fire at Modi. Massive political war breaks out. Will India alliance unite on Adani? Top focus on 5 Live.
Rahul Gandhi of the Congress party is about to address a press conference on the second big report on the Adani Group. We'll be cutting across live to that press conference. Rahul Gandhi, remember, is in Mumbai for the big meeting of the Team India grouping. I'm Shiv Aroor. This is 5 Live, the big story coming up ahead. First, the headlines. Rahul and Sonia Gandhi in Mumbai as India allies gear up for two-day meeting in the financial capital. BJP slams the opposition bloc, calls it an alliance of majboori. Politics begins over government's 5-day special parliament session from September 18th to the 22nd. Uddhav Sena claims BJP hurting Hindu sentiments as dates clash with Ganesh Chaturthi. Suspense over whether China will attend the upcoming G20 summit, with news agency Reuters claiming China's Prime Minister will attend instead of Xi Jinping. India and China yet to confirm Xi's plans to skip. ISRO releases new set of images of the Pragyan rover on the moon surface. Pragyan seen rotating for a safer route as the lander's camera captures the movements. More big changes at Twitter, now known as X. Elon Musk announces video and audio calls as the latest Twitter features. Musk says no phone numbers required for these new calls. And the breaking news right now, of course, is we're waiting on Rahul Gandhi's press conference to begin as Team India gathers in Mumbai. The opposition has raked up several issues, chiefly the Adani report by the Financial Times that has been released today, as well as the issue of China. Rahul Gandhi is all set to speak right now at his press conference. We'll be cutting across live to that in just a moment. I quickly wanted to bring in India Today's consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai, who's been reporting from the ground live on all these unfolding developments concerning the Team India grouping, the two-day meeting that kicks off later today, as well as what lies ahead as far as the Adani issue is concerned. Rajdeep, Rahul Gandhi is set to speak very, very shortly. It looks like the Adani issue might be mudda number one that he picks up when he speaks. What are you hearing about whether all of the constituents of the Team India grouping will unite on this issue?
That's a good question, Shiv. It appears that Rahul Gandhi in particular has taken up the Adani issue almost as his agenda. That this is the issue he wants to be defined by. You'll recall even in February during the motion of thanks to the President's address, Rahul Gandhi had repeatedly raised the Adani issue. And now Rahul Gandhi's supporters, or Team Rahul within the Congress, is saying, we told you so. These are the revelations that he claims confirms what Rahul Gandhi is saying, that the Adani Group has been promoted and protected by the Narendra Modi government, be it SEBI or DRI investigations. On the other hand, very interestingly, when we speak to some of the allies, they're not joining Rahul Gandhi here in this press conference. They're not raising the Adani issue, except the Shiv Sena. No one has come on record at the moment on these revelations. In fact, one senior leader of a regional party told me, we don't want to be distracted at this moment by the Adani issue. And remember, there are letters written by the likes of Ashok Gehlot and Bhupesh Baghel, which have invited Mr. Gautam Adani to invest in their estates. But Rahul Gandhi is someone who believes that this is the issue which will define him. And therefore, he is determined, in the light of these revelations, to continue to escalate his attack on the Adanis and make that almost a central plank of his political campaign, even here in Mumbai at the India Alliance meeting.
Do you see it, without going into the merits of the allegations themselves in the report, which we are doing separately, Rajdeep, do you see that this issue could be a uniting factor? We have seen in the past how, people like Sharad Pawar had reportedly advised Rahul Gandhi, to step off this issue. Could it be a sort of rallying issue? Could it have resonance?
I don't think so. I don't think it's a kind of rallying issue. It's an issue that defines Rahul Gandhi and Team Rahul within the Congress. They've been pushing the question of cronyism, corporate cronyism, accusing the Modi government of it. That's become his defining badge. You mentioned Sharad Pawar. It's well known Mr. Pawar has been very close to Mr. Gautam Adani. They've been seen in each other's company. Mr. Pawar has defended Gautam Adani in the past. So don't expect the likes of Sharad Pawar to raise it. I don't think when the formal meeting is held tomorrow, Adani will feature top of the mind. I think there is a sense within a section of the opposition that Prime Minister Modi could be looking at a December election. The special session call in middle of September has led to greater speculation on this. So I think there's a sense of urgency within some of the regional parties that you need to get your act together, frame your agenda. The Congress, on the other hand, I get a sense, wants to buy more time, wait till the November-December state elections before they, in a way, commit themselves to the India Alliance agenda. So I think that's where you'll find conflicts coming. I've spoken to a few regional party leaders who are very clear. We can't go on political tourism from one city to another. We need a clear agenda and a clear narrative. Now, that narrative cannot be anti-Modism, and many of the regional parties believe that that agenda cannot be Gautam Adani. They're saying, let's focus on issues like rising prices, let's focus on unemployment, let's look for issues where they believe the government is more vulnerable. But Rahul Gandhi, in a sense, has made this battle against the Adanis almost a personal crusade. He believes that this is the issue where Prime Minister Modi is vulnerable, that the most recent revelations expose this government further to the charge of cronyism, and he seems determined, Shiv, to go on that path, even if the others are not willing necessarily to align with him.
Rajdeep, on a separate note, when we spoke yesterday, we were talking about how the Team India grouping meeting in Mumbai is going to be about, getting the body language right, vibing with each other and making sure that, things are comfortable and the, obvious divisions between them are kind of softened for the next few months before the election. What's the sense you're getting? We've seen all these leaders arrive, all of them have big smiles on their faces. The pictures look nice. What is your sense, Rajdeep?
I sense that all these leaders realize that this, for many of them, is do or die. It's an existential fight. I spoke to one of those leaders who says, look, if we lose 2024 badly again, we don't know whether we can recover from that blow. The regional parties at least have their strengths in respective states. The Congress is at the moment confined largely to a few states. Therefore, its claims to be a pan-national party are dependent on what happens in this election. They can't afford another double-digit defeat of 50-odd seats. So I think there is a sense of urgency within a few of these leaders. They want the Congress to be as responsive as they claim they are. And one of them told me that we want an agenda framed latest by the 1st of October. And then go ahead with that and work on communicating that agenda to the people of the country. Now, does will all that happen in this meeting in Mumbai? We're not sure. Meanwhile, there's some action because I'm told that Rahul Gandhi is about to come to address this meeting here. But Shiv, you raise a pertinent question. I don't know how the body language will actually work, but we are told that there is a sense within these leaders that they need to unite now or never is how some of these leaders are putting it. So their existential crisis that they face is forcing them almost to come together and evolve some kind of a common program at this stage.
Okay, very interesting. We'll have to see how that unfolds. Lots of pictures ahead. That press conference is about to start behind Rajdeep. He's at the venue. Rajdeep, we'll let you go for the moment. Thanks very much for joining me for those 3 quick questions here on 5 Live. Rajdeep will be bringing us his takeaways from Rahul Gandhi's press conference as soon as it ends. It's about to start in just a couple of minutes from now. Rahul Gandhi is about to arrive at the venue. We'll be going across live to those pictures. Let's just try and show you what's happening at that press conference venue. Do we have a Do we have a feed in from the press conference? These are, of course, images of Rahul Gandhi arriving in Mumbai with his mother Sonia Gandhi earlier today. Okay, this is a live image from the press conference venue, which we'll be cutting live to as soon as Rahul Gandhi arrives. So let's keep that on our screen for the moment. Rahul Gandhi, remember, was the subject of a poster controversy by the Congress party yesterday, but the Congress has, acted to try and soften the glare of the implications of that poster yesterday, with Arvind Kejriwal being included in social media content and material released by the Congress party today. The India alliance, like Rajdeep just said, is demonstrating a sense of urgency. Time is short. The possibility or the buzz over early elections rather than later, all of this has led to many layers of imperatives on the India alliance, that they don't have a moment to lose. They don't have the luxury of time and to continue to meet all the time. They've got to get their structure in place. They've got to get their agenda and blueprint down. The body language has to work from the get-go. There's no room for error. There's no room for wargaming this. There are no second chances. 2024 is going to be a huge litmus test, and it's going to be do or die, as Rajdeep said, for the Congress party. Can they afford another double-digit defeat in 2024 is the question weighing on the Congress's mind, and in effect on the minds of all of the other parties that are part of this opposition alliance. Because remember, if in 2024 they're unable to establish themselves, create at least some numbers, then the Modi juggernaut will have been proven to be almost unstoppable. Rahul Gandhi, on the right-hand side of your screens, waving to the crowds as he arrived at the Mumbai airport earlier today. And on the left-hand side of your screen is the Rahul Gandhi press conference venue in Mumbai. We're told that he's going to be walking in any moment now. There's quite a bit of buzz over there, a little bit of activity there. So it usually means that the guest of honor is about to arrive. Rahul Gandhi is going to be there. There are Congress workers, huge media presence, obviously. And Adani is going to be issue number one that Rahul takes up. Remember this press conference? This press conference was announced by Rahul Gandhi after the big Adani story broke, so you can be certain that that's going to be the big issue that he talks about. He's going to say, "I told you so." That's going to be the subject of it. We'll cut across to that press conference as soon as Rahul Gandhi arrives. But let me just update you, viewer, in case you've missed what's happening as far as the Adani allegations is concerned. This is a fresh set of allegations against the Adani Group of companies after the Hindenburg report earlier this year. The Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project has said that millions of dollars were invested in some publicly traded stocks of the Adani Group through opaque Mauritius funds controlled by the Adani family itself. Citing a review of files from multiple tax havens and internal company emails, this report states that they've found at least 2 cases where investors bought and sold Adani stock through such offshore structures. Meanwhile, the Adani Group has rejected all of the allegations. They've called it a George Soros funded conspiracy that will continue till 2024. The group has called the report a concerted bid by George Soros's funded interests, supported by a section of the foreign media, to revive the meritless, according to them, Hindenburg report. Well, according to the expert committee appointed by the Supreme Court, which found no evidence of any breach of the MPS requirements or manipulation of stock prices, that is being brandished by the Adani Group as something that completely debunks what this report suggests. The Congress party, as you will see in a moment from now through Rahul Gandhi, the Congress party has attacked the Adani Group once again. The party has demanded a fresh probe into these fresh allegations.
28 जनवरी से लेकर 28 मार्च 2 महीने में कांग्रेस पार्टी ने प्रधान
Rahul Gandhi has arrived. He's flanked by Jairam Ramesh. Let's listen in.
राहुल जी खड़े हुए हैं. We just want to take a photo.
So the people
साथियों,
on stage include Rahul Gandhi, Jairam Ramesh, KC Venugopal and local leaders.
और हमारे मीडिया में भी बड़े खुलासे हुए हैं ये अदानी घोटाले को लेकर। इसके बारे में राहुल जी कुछ एक साल से लगातार सवाल उठा रहे हैं। इन्होंने लोकसभा में भी एक भाषण दिया था, उसकी कीमत, अरे भाई थोड़ा चुप हो जाइए प्लीज, उसकी कीमत उनको भरपूर तरीके से चुकानी पड़ी। और आज जो खुलासे हुए हैं वो बिल्कुल साबित हो गया है कि जो सवाल राहुल जी कर रहे थे, जो सवाल कांग्रेस पार्टी ने 100 सवाल प्रधानमंत्री से पूछे हम अडानी के हैं कौन श्रृंखला में, वो बिल्कुल साबित हो गए हैं। और आज के खुलासे के बारे में और जानकारी और अपनी टिप्पणियां राहुल जी अभी देंगे। राहुल जी।
Thank you. Thank you, Jairam ji. I'd like to welcome all of you here. I believe there was some confusion about the timing, so I apologize for that. I'm sorry you had to wait. Of course, the flavor, current flavor is the G20, and the G20 is about India's position in the world. And what is very important for a country like India is that there is a level playing field and transparency in our economic environment and with regards to the businesses that operate in our country. This morning, two prominent global financial newspapers have raised a very important question. So that's the Financial Times, and you can see right on top, Adani Group, hidden investors and a secret paper trail. Here is another one, The Guardian, Modi linked Adani family secretly invested in own shares, documents suggest. And the third one, a wealthy Indian family with links to Modi invested in own shares. Now, these are not any random newspapers. These are newspapers that affect investment in India. They affect the perception of our country in the rest of the world. Now, there are a few questions that they are asking. These newspapers are asking. First of all, they are stating clearly that over $1 billion of money went from India, was circulated in different places, and then came back to India. This is, according to them, clearly proved with documentation that they have. Right? So the question, first question arises, whose money is this? ये किसका पैसा है? ये अदानी जी का पैसा है या ये किसी और का पैसा है? So that is the first question. Second question, the mastermind behind this is a gentleman called Vinod Adani. He is the brother of Mr. Gautam Adani, and there are two other people who are involved in this round tripping of money. One is a gentleman called Nasser Ali Shaban Ali, and another is a Chinese gentleman called Chang Chung Ling. So the second question arises, why are these two foreign nationals being allowed to play with the valuation of one of the companies that controls almost all of Indian infrastructure? Who are these people? And why are they being allowed to do this? And what is the role of the brother of Mr. Adani in all this? The final point, which is a very interesting point, is that there was an investigation, evidence was given to SEBI, and SEBI gave a clean chit to Mr. Adani. And it's very interesting to note that the same gentleman who gave a clean chit to Mr. Adani, is today a director in NDTV. So it is very clear that there is something very wrong here. Now, we are trying to show the world that we are a transparent economy. We are trying to show the world and our businesses that India has a level playing field. The question, of course, is why is this one gentleman who is close to the Prime Minister of India allowed to move $1 billion to pump up his share price, to use that money to capture Indian assets, airports, ports? Why is there no investigation taking place? It's very important that the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, clears his name and categorically explains what is going on. At the very least, a JPC should be allowed and a thorough investigation should take place. I don't understand why the Prime Minister is not forcing an investigation. Why is he quiet? Why doesn't he say that he is going to make sure that this issue is investigated and the people who are responsible are put behind bars? So this is raising a very serious question on the Indian Prime Minister just before leaders of the G20 are coming here, are going to be our guests, and they're going to be asking the question, what is this special company? This company that is owned by a gentleman close to the Prime Minister, why is it that in an economy like India, this gentleman is being given a free ride? They're going to ask this question, and I think it's very important that this matter is made clear before they arrive. हाँ, हिंदी में। एक मिनट। देखिए, G20 का समय है। अलग अलग देशों से यहां लीडर्स आ रहे हैं और आज सुबह एक बहुत गंभीर मामला उठाया गया है। 2 फाइनेंशियल न्यूज़पेपर्स में, दुनिया के जो मशहूर फाइनेंशियल न्यूज़पेपर्स हैं, ये गार्डियन न्यूज़पेपर है, इसमें साफ लिखा है जो मोदी लिंक्ड अदानी फैमिली सीक्रेटली इन्वेस्टेड इन ओन शेयर्स, डॉक्यूमेंट सजेस्ट। मतलब एक परिवार जो मोदी जी के बहुत करीब है, उसने अपने शेयर में अपना पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया शेयर प्राइस को इन्फ्लेट करने के लिए। दूसरा, यहां फाइनेंशियल टाइम्स अखबार है, इसमें लिखा है हिडन इन्वेस्टर्स एंड अ सीक्रेट पेपर ट्रेल। और ये गार्डियन की अंदर का पेज है, वेल्थी इंडियन फैमिली विद लिंक्स टू मोदी इन्वेस्टेड इन ओन शेयर्स। मतलब $1 बिलियन हिंदुस्तान से अदानी जी की कंपनी के नेटवर्क के थ्रू अलग अलग देशों में गया और फिर वापस आया, और उस पैसे से अदानी जी ने जो उनकी शेयर प्राइस थी उसको बढ़ाया, इन्फ्लेट किया, और उस फायदे से हिंदुस्तान का जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, जो अदानी जी एयरपोर्ट्स खरीद रहे हैं, पोर्ट्स खरीद रहे हैं, अभी यहां धारावी में शायद उनको बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट मिला है, तो ये सब जो हिंदुस्तान के जो एसेट्स हैं, जो पूंजी हैं, जो अदानी जी खरीद रहे हैं, वो इस पैसे से शेयर प्राइस को इन्फ्लेट करके खरीद रहे हैं। तो ये सवाल इन्होंने उठाया है और उन्होंने कहा है कि उनके पास सबूत है, पेपर ट्रेल है, इंटरनल ईमेल्स हैं, डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं। तो सबसे पहले सवाल उठता है, ये जो पैसा यूज किया जा रहा है ये किसका है? ये अदानी जी का है या ये किसी और का है? और अगर किसी और का है तो वो किसका है? ये सबसे पहला सवाल है। दूसरा सवाल है कि इस काम को करने के लिए मास्टरमाइंड विनोद अदानी जी हैं, जो उनके भाई हैं, गौतम अदानी जी के भाई हैं, मगर उनके साथ उनके दो बिजनेस पार्टनर और हैं। एक का नाम नासिर अली शबान अली और दूसरा चैंग चुंग लिंग। चैंग चुंग लिंग चाइना का है। तो दूसरा सवाल यह उठता है कि जब अदानी जी हिंदुस्तान का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर खरीदे जा रहे हैं तो ये जो चाइनीज नेशनल है ये इसमें कैसे इन्वॉल्व है? इसका क्या रोल है? इसने क्या किया? यह साबित होना चाहिए। यह दूसरा सवाल। और ये जो फॉरेन नेशनल्स हैं ये हिंदुस्तान की शेयर मार्केट को कैसे मैनिपुलेट कर रहे हैं? यह सवाल क्यों नहीं पूछा जा रहा है? नेशनल सिक्योरिटी का मामला है। अदानी जी डिफेंस में काम करते हैं, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में काम करते हैं, एयरपोर्ट स्पोर्ट्स में काम करते हैं। तो ये जो दो फॉरेन नेशनल्स हैं, खासतौर ये जो चाइनीज आदमी है चैंग चुंग लिंग, इसका क्या रोल है? यह दूसरा सवाल। और तीसरा सवाल, जो सेबी का इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ था जिसने क्लीन चिट दी, जिस व्यक्ति ने इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया और जिसने क्लीन चिट दी, आज वो अदानी जी का जो चैनल है एनडीटीवी, उसका डायरेक्टर है। तो मतलब ये एक नेटवर्क है। इसमें आपको इंस्टीट्यूशनल कैप्चर दिख रहा है। सेबी का चेयरमैन क्लीन चिट देता है और उसके एकदम बाद अदानी जी की कंपनी में डायरेक्टर बन जाता है। इंटरनेशनल मामला है। स्टॉक मार्केट को इन्फ्लेट किया जा रहा है और उस इन्फ्लेट करने के बाद उससे हिंदुस्तान के एसेट्स खरीदे जा रहे हैं। तो सवाल यह उठता है, इसके बारे में प्रधानमंत्री कुछ क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं? शांत क्यों हैं? यहां पे फॉरेन न्यूज़पेपर ने साफ कहा है, वेल्थी इंडियन फैमिली विद लिंक्स टू मोदी। मतलब अखबार कह रहा है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी का अदानी जी का रिश्ता है। सवाल उठता है क्या रिश्ता है? और ये जो एजेंसीज हैं, सीबीआई है, ईडी है, ये अदानी जी पर रिसर्च क्यों नहीं कर रही हैं? ये अदानी जी को इंटेरोगेट क्यों नहीं कर रही हैं? ये सवाल उठता है। हिंदुस्तान का रेप्यूटेशन लाइन पे है। G20 हो रहा है। हम कहते हैं कि यहां पे लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड है, हिंदुस्तान ट्रांसपेरेंट है, यहां पे भ्रष्टाचार नहीं है। और उन सबके सामने जब वो यहां आ रहे हैं, उनके सामने ये उदाहरण है। $1 बिलियन यहां से जा रहा है, स्टॉक प्राइस इन्फ्लेट की जा रही है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और एसेट्स खरीदे जा रहे हैं। जिसने इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया उसको अदानी जी ने मतलब अपनी कंपनी में नौकरी दे दी। तो ये हिंदुस्तान की इमेज को डैमेज कर रहा है और इसीलिए प्रधानमंत्री को एकदम एक्शन लेना चाहिए और कहना चाहिए कि हां, हम जेपीसी लागू करेंगे, जेपीसी इसको इन्वेस्टिगेट करेगी और फुल स्केल इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा अदानी जी का। थैंक यू।
एक चिल्लाइए मत प्लीज, चिल्लाइए मत, मैं आऊंगा। चिल्लाइए मत। अरे संजीव, मैंने संजीव को बुलाया, प्लीज आपका टर्न आएगा, आप इंतजार कीजिए।
I mean, what is amazing to me is that the gentleman who has done the investigation, right, he is today an employee of Mr. Adani. What does that tell you about the nature of investigation that the gentleman did? Right? So, it is pretty clear that no investigation took place, and the only reason no investigation took place is because the Prime Minister didn't want an investigation to take place. Mr. Adani cannot stop an investigation. The Prime Minister can. With regards to the India alliance, this is a national issue. This is not an issue of any one party. This is a national issue. This is an issue that affects India's reputation, right? Especially because now there is the G20 taking place, and India's reputation and the Prime Minister's reputation is on the line. There are 20 guests coming, and right in front of them, two of the biggest financial dailies in the world have said that the Prime Minister is involved with Mr. Adani.
एक सवाल
नहीं, इशू एक ही है. इशू ये है कि आज हिंदुस्तान में कोई लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड नहीं है. अदानी जी हैं, वो हिंदुस्तान के कोई भी एसेट को खरीद सकते हैं, चाहे वो धारावी हो, मुंबई एयरपोर्ट हो, सीमेंट कंपनी हो, डिफेंस कंपनी हो. मैंने अपने भाषण में कहा था प्रधानमंत्री फॉरेन टूर पे जाते हैं, अदानी जी उनके साथ जाते थे, उसके एकदम बाद उनको अदानी जी को बड़े बड़े कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स मिल जाते हैं. तो सवाल लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड का है. सिर्फ एक व्यक्ति को प्रधानमंत्री इस प्रकार से क्यों प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं, और एक व्यक्ति हिंदुस्तान के सब एसेट खरीद रहा है, और क्लियरली उस व्यक्ति ने कुछ गलत तो किया है. $1 बिलियन यहां से गए हैं, किसका पैसा है? प्रधानमंत्री को पता लगाना चाहिए किसका है, और देश को यह पता चलना चाहिए है किसका पैसा.
अभी हो गया.
थैंक यू ब्रदर. नहीं, देखिए, हमने ये रेज किया है क्योंकि यहां पे G20 हो रहा है और हिंदुस्तान की रेप्यूटेशन की बात है, ठीक है. और ये बिल्कुल क्लैरिटी से बोला है इन्होंने. ये कह रहे हैं कि इनके पास डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं, इनके पास ईमेल्स हैं, $1 बिलियन यहां से गया है और वापस आया है, उसके माध्यम से शेयर प्राइस बढ़ाई गई है, और उस शेयर प्राइस के बढ़ाने से हिंदुस्तान के एसेट्स खरीदे गए. तो मैं तो इसको रोज उठा रहा हूं, जब भी चांस मिलता है मैं इसको उठाता हूं, और हम उठाते जाएंगे.
यस मैम.
In the name of Amrit Kaur and G20. Do you think that is another indicator that is planning for the election?
Maybe I think it's an indicator of a little panic. Same type of panic that happened when I spoke in Parliament House. Panic that suddenly made them revoke my Parliament membership. So I think it is panic because these matters are very close to the Prime Minister. And whenever you touch the Adani matter, the Prime Minister gets very uncomfortable and very nervous.
Yes, Suryavanshi ji. एक मिनट, सूर्यवंशी जी.
Hello.
I don't think there's any difference in opinion. We are very clear. A JPC should be called, and this matter needs to be investigated. This is a matter of India's reputation, India's global reputation. That should be investigated.
राहुल जी, अडानी ग्रुप की तरफ से दलील दी गई है। राहुल जी यहाँ राहुल जी इधर, राहुल आपके लेफ्ट तरफ, राहुल जी
एक सवाल एक समय। हाँ जी,
सेबी का जवाब वहां पर यह है कि वो कुछ डिटेल्स का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। आप जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बेंच में हियरिंग चल रही है उसको किस तरीके से देखते हैं? क्या आपको लगता है कि वो इनसफिशिएंट है, कि पोस्टपोनमेंट हो रहा है अभी की रिपोर्ट?
देखिए, मैं दोहरा रहा हूं कि ये हिंदुस्तान के रेपुटेशन का मामला है। ठीक है, हमारे सामने G20 है, यहां पे दुनिया के लीडर्स आ रहे हैं और यहां पे प्रधानमंत्री पे डायरेक्टली सवाल उठाया गया है। And Prime Minister should come clean. Prime Minister should say, yes, I announce a JPC. I announce an investigation into Mr. Adani. I announce an investigation into this, क्या नाम है उसका, चाइनीज वाले का? Chang Chung Ling. I announce an investigation into this Chang Chung Ling man and also into this Nasser Ali Shaban Ali man. Right? So this is the duty of the Prime Minister.
शुक्रिया। आप लोग सब चाय के लिए आमंत्रित हैं।
Thank you very much.
Okay, that was Rahul Gandhi addressing a press conference, and as expected and as we told you here on India Today, it was completely focused on the Financial Times report on Adani. The allegations in that report were detailed by Rahul Gandhi, and he says at the very least a joint parliamentary committee investigation needs to happen. He's also questioned why the Prime Minister has been silent on the Adani issue since the Hindenburg report that came out earlier this year as well. Rahul Gandhi making it very, very clear with this press conference that Adani, like the Rafale issue in 2018, 2019, perhaps is going to be his mudda number one, or at least one of his most high-profile issues in the attack against the Modi government. Crony capitalism, big business, all elements that were present in Rahul's big war cry in 2018, 2019. The body language this time very much the same. The layers are also very much the same. And Rahul Gandhi pointing an angry finger at the Modi government and specifically that of the Prime Minister to say, you owe the country answers as far as the Adani issue is concerned. Why have you been silent? Rahul Gandhi detailing many of the allegations put out in those reports, taking those names as well and calling for an investigation. How much political momentum is this issue going to give the larger Team India alliance remains to be seen, because so far it is only Rahul Gandhi of the Congress party and to an extent the Uddhav Sena that has taken up the Adani issue in a way that that comes anywhere close to consistency. All of the others have been largely, either hypocritical or silent on it. Sharad Pawar is someone who is seen to be close to Gautam Adani, who a few months ago had been reported to have advised Rahul Gandhi against taking this up in a big way, commenting that it may not have any electoral resonance. It might be high profile in some ways, but it has no real resonance as far as voters are concerned, and therefore does it really fit in with the Team India agenda, since time is so short before the 2024 election? Should muscle and energy be invested in something that does not have any real possibility of harvesting the vote? So we're going to wait on our reporters from the ground right now. I think we're going to be joined in a short moment from now by Rajdeep Sardesai. No, we'll go to our reporters first before we play out for you once again what Rahul has said. While we're waiting for that, quick little recap of what Rahul said. Here's that big attack.
Now, we are trying to show the world that we are a transparent economy. We are trying to show the world and our businesses that India has a level playing field. The question, of course, is why is this one gentleman who is close to the Prime Minister of India allowed to move $1 billion to pump up his share price, to use that money to capture Indian assets, airports, ports. Why is there no investigation taking place? It's very important that the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, clears his name and categorically explains what is going on. At the very least, a JPC should be allowed and a thorough investigation should take place. I don't understand why the Prime Minister is not forcing an investigation. Why is he quiet? Why doesn't he say that he is going to make sure that this issue is investigated and the people who are responsible are put behind bars? So this is raising a very serious question on the Indian Prime Minister just before leaders of the G20 are coming here, are going to be our guests, and they're going to be asking the question, what is this special company? This company that is owned by a gentleman close to the Prime.
I want to quickly go across to India today. Is Sahil Joshi and Saurabh Vakhtania are both reporting on this story. Sahil, Rahul Gandhi, dedicating that entire press conference to the Adani issue and nothing else at all. Many familiar things being said as well. What did you think of it? Do you think that Adani could become a very big issue? The Team India alliance is about to meet.
Well, that was the question asked to Rahul Gandhi. Where, when it comes to Adani, we know that the alliance partners like NCP has expressed some different views with respect to the whole issue of Hindenburg report. But the three major financial newspapers coming up with a story with respect to the Adani investment definitely pushed Congress to have a press conference today. We also, it's kind of a rejuvenation of their demand for the JPC. We also asked him with respect to the, the parliament session which has been called from 18 to 22nd of September, and we asked him whether you are going to raise this question in the parliament again from 18 to 22nd September. He said that our demand for JPC is going to be primary, and that is what we are going to raise. We also asked him with respect to the Supreme Court hearing, because the Constitutional Bench is already hearing the Hindenburg report issue, and have asked SEBI to submit their report. SEBI has asked for more time, and there is a postponement of the hearing, the media report suggests. With respect to that, Rahul Gandhi is pushing for JPC once again. And what I hear is that before taking this press conference, the Congress has already communicated to the alliance partners like Shiv Sena, even NCP. All the leaders were present inside the Hyatt Hotel at this point. Shiv, I have Rajdeep Sardesai also with me. Rajdeep, you were also there in the press conference. Is it an old wine in the new bottle? Because again, the Adani issue has been wrecked up. The same points, even the reports are new. The new names have come up. Chinese national's name has come forward. But rest of the things which Hindenburg report has already mentioned have again come up. You think that the Congress is going to pull this like the last time they tried to push the Rafale issue? You think that the Adani issue is going to take a center stage in the India Alliance meeting?
I think we have to separate the two issues aside. India Alliance meeting is largely about how does the India Alliance move forward, because time is running out for them.
But they have to finalize what issues they are going to pick up.
So the issues that they are going to pick up, I think, are separate to Rahul Gandhi, who is running in a way a campaign on the issue of alleged links between Prime Minister Modi, Gautam Adani and offshore funds which are allegedly coming into the country. This report, Rahul Gandhi believes, has strengthened his case. The fact is that some of the names and details that are coming out have naturally led to speculation globally. These are huge papers, Financial Times, Guardian. So Rahul Gandhi in a way is almost, this is Rahul Gandhi's crusade. As we've seen in Parliament and outside Parliament, he's determined to take this on. I don't see the other allies being as enthusiastic about taking out...
No, but the interesting point is, when it came to the Delhi Ordinance Bill, all the alliance partners started talking in the same language. Whereas after this particular report, other than Aam Aadmi Party, no one has come forward and picked up this particular issue. Why Rahul Gandhi is pushing for this issue? Will this become an issue of contention within the India Alliance partners? Because even the last time, in 2019, the Rafale issue was not liked by most of the alliance partners. It didn't click with the people. Do you think that because Rahul Gandhi is pushing for, because it happened, the press conference was supposed to happen in the Congress office. It happened at the venue where the India Alliance partners are going to have a dinner after some time.
Do you think that will create a problem in future?
My sense, as I said, Sahil, I think the India alliance partners of the Congress, they want to first evolve a common agenda. They want to know how are we moving forward, coordination committee, how will we raise the issues, what is the timeline. Rahul Gandhi wants to make Adani the central issue of his agenda. Even within the Congress, not everyone is on board. Team Rahul is on board, but look at Ashok Gehlot. He is getting investments in Rajasthan.
He wrote the letter to the Chhattisgarh.
He wrote a letter to the Chhattisgarh Chief Minister. Chhattisgarh Chief Minister is getting Adani Group on board. So I think Rahul Gandhi believes, and we've seen that in Parliament and outside, that this is the one issue that the Prime Minister is vulnerable on. I don't see or the other allies. Sharad Pawar has openly said it is wrong to target a businessman who's investing so much in India. And
But interesting part is that the Congress people here before the press conference was telling us that he had already spoken to the alliance partners like Shiv Sena and the NCP, and they said it's fine if you can pick up this issue and have a press conference. So are they on the board on this?
I don't think they are on board. I think they have said if Rahul Gandhi chooses to raise this issue, he is welcome to do so. At the press conference, there was Rahul Gandhi and Jairam Ramesh, right? And there were a few members of what I call Team Rahul within the Congress. Many of the other Congress leaders, more importantly, many of the regional parties which have investments from the Adani Group, take West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee has investments from the Adani Group. They feel that Adani Group issue is not the central issue for them this time.
Not for the election campaign.
Not for the election campaign. They say India Alliance is about how do you craft an election to fight against Mr. Modi in 2024. Rahul Gandhi believes that that fight must begin with the Adani issue. If you saw, he kept referring to G20. Right. So he's trying to say Mr. Modi must answer before the G20. So Rahul Gandhi has made his USP, this charge of cronyism within the government. The other allies believe, let's first also look at what are the other real issues, the positive agenda that we are going to take before the people. They are planning, I'm told, on a 5-point agenda, on a best of India agenda. What are the best issues we can pick up?
Okay, we're getting some breaking, Sahil and Rajdeep, apologies, we're going to come back to you in a moment. We're getting some breaking news. The latest GDP figures have just come in. GDP first quarter growth for the country stands at 7.8%. The April to June GDP growth, that's the first quarter, stands at 7.8% versus 13.1% a year ago. The growth of 8 key infrastructure sectors has risen to 8% in July 2023. Let's go straight across to India Today's Aishwarya Paliwal for more on this breaking story right now. Aishwarya, 7.8% GDP growth in quarter one. Break it down for us.
Well, Shiv, on one side, this is good. This is good because what we saw, this is an increase from the last quarter. But yes, if we do an year-to-year analysis, this definitely is less. But from what we are understanding and from what the government has been trying to do over the past many months is through the policies change this. And the government at the moment is expecting the next quarter's growth should be above 8%. That's what the government at the moment is saying. But yes, this is mixed bag. On one front, we have done well, but on other parameters on consumption, definitely the economy needs a boost. Sure.
Okay. Some good news here. Thanks, Aishwarya, for getting us that 7.8% quarter one growth GDP in the country. And on the other side of this very short break, we're going to tell you how Reuters, one of the world's largest news agencies, says the Chinese President Xi Jinping is likely to skip the G20 summit in India next month.
Once again, India Today wins Best Channel of the Year.
Thank you very much, viewers, for making the India Today Group the most awarded TV news network at the ENBA Awards 2023.
काम वहाँ पर दिल्ली सरकार करा रही है। कल तक तो छाती ठोक कर कह रहे थे कि हम काम करा रहे हैं, आज पल्ला झाड़ रहे हैं। सच ये है कि इनकी जो हिंदू विरोधी आस्थाएं हैं वो दिखती हैं बार बार, और इन्होंने अपने सरकारी महकमे में कह रखा है कि आपने सब वह करना है जो कि हिंदू विरोधी हो, इसलिए इस प्रकार की बात होती है। नहीं तो किसकी जरूरत दिल्ली के अंदर कि कोई शिवलिंग लगा देगा फुहारे की जगह। स्पष्ट दिखता है कि कैसी मानसिकता है आम आदमी पार्टी की।
आपने भगवान शिव की आराधना करने वाले शिवलिंग को फुवारों की तरह सड़क पर खड़ा कर दिया, तो बहुत गलत काम किया। किसने भी किया हो, पुलिस तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की केंद्र सरकार की है, एफआईआर क्यों नहीं दर्ज करा देते? धार्मिक भावनाओं को ठेस पहुंचाने के लिए, हिंदू धर्म का अपमान करने के लिए अब तक दिल्ली पुलिस ने इसके ऊपर एफआईआर क्यों नहीं दर्ज की? एफआईआर दर्ज होगी, पता चल जाएगा।
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 39 and minimum 29 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 31 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 36 and minimum 28 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 29 and minimum 24 degrees. Chennai, maximum 33 and minimum 25 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 32 and minimum 23 degrees.
One week ago, the Indian Prime Minister and the Chinese President had shaken hands and briefly interacted with each other at the BRICS summit in South Africa. Cut forward 1 week, and now Reuters, the world's largest news agency, reports that Xi Jinping, the president of China, is likely to skip the India-hosted G20 summit that's scheduled for the second week of September in India's national capital. Now, the interesting thing is, 1 week is a long time in international relations, but is it really true that Xi Jinping is not coming? Because both countries are silent on the Reuters report. Here's what we know so far.
A platform for global allies and rivals to meet. But speculations run rife over China President Xi Jinping's participation at the G20 scheduled in New Delhi. A Reuters report attributed to unnamed official sources suggests he is likely to skip the summit of the world's major economies happening in the Indian capital on September 9th and 10th. A Chinese foreign ministry spokesman had nothing to offer immediately when asked in Beijing about reports regarding President Xi not attending the G20 meeting in New Delhi. The Reuters story had anonymous sources saying China's Premier Li Chang is expected to represent Beijing at the upcoming summit. Xi's absence, if officially confirmed, would mark the first time he's missed a G20. The Russian president has already announced that he will not be travelling to New Delhi and will send his foreign minister. Meanwhile, the city decked up to receive the world leaders and other G20 delegates. New Delhi, awash in a blend of tradition and modernity.
दिल्ली को जो सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत थी वो ये कि कोई उसे संभाल ले, और वो काम हम लोगों ने किया। और जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हुआ है वो इसलिए सबको अद्भुत लगता है क्योंकि इस 2 महीने के पीरियड में सैकड़ों फाउंटेन्स लगे, स्टैचूज लगी, आर्टिफैक्ट्स लगाए गए, रोड्स को क्लीन किया गया, रिपेयर किया गया, फुटपाथ्स जो टूटे हुए थे उनको रिपेयर किया गया। मैं इतना आपसे सिर्फ कह सकता हूं कि सुरक्षा के बड़े पुख्ता इंतजाम किए गए हैं। दिल्ली पुलिस पूरी तरीके से मुस्तैदी से लगी हुई है और किसी भी चांस को छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा। हर तरीके से हम तैयार हैं। बहुत सारे जो सुरक्षा के कवच हम लोगों ने बनाए हैं उनको पब्लिकली डिस्क्लोज नहीं किया जा सकता, लेकिन मैं इतना अश्योर कर सकता हूं कि यहां पर किसी भी घटना को अंजाम नहीं होने दिया जाएगा।
Not just aesthetics, security readiness also in full swing in the national capital. Police, paramilitaries, snipers, dog and bomb squads on the ground. Surveillance up in the air to ensure foolproof security for the major international event.
ली मेरिडियन होटल पर यहाँ पर एनएसजी के कमांडोज को पहले उतारा गया, फिर उसके बाद उनको यहाँ से दूसरी जगह ले जाया जा रहा है। तो इस तरीके की पूरी तैयारी इस वक्त यहाँ पर G20 के लिए किया जा रहा है। सुरक्षा के कड़े चाक चौबंद इंतजाम हो, इसके लिए पूरी तैयारियां अलग अलग जगहों पर इस वक्त की जा रही हैं। एनएसजी की जो टीमें हैं वो अलग अलग होटल्स में उनको जहां तैनात किया जा रहा है, तो वहीं दूसरी तरफ आपको बता दें कि एनएसजी के जो स्नाइपर्स हैं वो ऊंची बिल्डिंग्स पर भी उनको लगाया गया है।
India takes center stage to shape global cooperation and dialogue for a more prosperous future for all. Bureau Report, India Today.
Taking a very quick break, 6 p.m. Prime with Nabila Jamal comes up next. We've got a breaking story coming up on the special session of Parliament that's just been called. We'll also get you an update on the crucial India Alliance meeting that's kicking off today in Mumbai. That's next with Nabila.
Now, Pragyan rover has snapped the lander Vikram at the Shiv Shakti spot on the lunar surface of the moon. Now, presence of oxygen, aluminium, sulfur has also been found near the lunar south pole, while investigation is also on for the presence of hydrogen. Watch this story.
Smile, please. And with that witty caption, ISRO dropped the one picture we have all been waiting for. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the beautiful Vikram lander that made all our moon dreams come true. Standing sturdy and tall at the Shiv Shakti point on the moon, Vikram has been captured for the first time by rover Pragyan's super effective navigation cameras. Termed very fittingly as the image of the mission by the ISRO team, you can see clearly that Vikram is hard at work. No rest clearly even after touching down and making a billion dreams come true. Vikram's 3 payloads are all functioning as seen in this image. The Chaste and the ILSA are touching down on the moon's surface and conducting tests. The Chandra's surface thermophysical experiment measures the temperature profile of the lunar topsoil around the South Pole to understand its thermal behavior, while the ILSA, or the Instrument of Lunar Seismic Activity, measures the seismic activity at the Shiv Shakti point. It is not just Vikram that's loaded to the T. Rover Pragyan is also conducting several experiments and has now found the presence of sulfur also.
तो उसमें जो खासकर बात बाहर आई है कि सल्फर की जो स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन है वो क्लियर दिखती है, जो पहले अन्य जगह पे उतनी क्लैरिटी से नहीं दिखती। तो साउथ पोल पे जो भी ज़मीन उन्होंने एनालिसिस की उसमें सल्फर का प्रेजेंस क्लियरली दिखता है। तो ये अपने एक अलग प्रकार की और एक अलग तरीके की खोज कही जाएगी जिसमें सल्फर का स्पेक्ट्रल कंपोजिशन पता लगता है।
Pragyan has moved several meters away from the lander now, as evident from these pictures released by ISRO yesterday, which showed the rover retracing his steps after coming close to a massive crater on the lunar surface. The world is absolutely stunned by all the photos and videos released by ISRO, as the Chandrayaan mission is now at the halfway mark with 7 more glorious days of Pragyan's moon adventure left. Bureau Report, India Today.
LIC हर पल आपके साथ।
Watching India Today, I'm Nabila Jamal. Let me cut across to the big news that's coming in. As sources tell us, the Modi government in the special session of the parliament is likely to bring one nation, one election bill. This bill is likely to be tabled in the parliament during the